So welcome to the show, everyone. I absolutely love to talk about everybody else when I do my show, and I do, and I've been doing it for a long time here, and we have fun telling everybody else about what other people do. We're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share the show later on. My first guest has been on with me quite some time. I have at least a couple of years now. I have with me Ken Kilday. He's the owner of Leaders Cut. I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself and what you bring to businesses.
Thanks, Carol. Yeah, what I bring to businesses is a chance for founders, for people who are running businesses, to get a chance to step back and take a look at what they've been doing, where they really like to take their business, and then a thought partner in how we get them to where they want to be. So taking all that magic that they have inside their head, the reason they started the business in the first place, and creating a unique formula that everyone around them can follow that works for them. Usually when I get to talk to them, they still love their business and they love what they're doing, but they just feel like there's just a little bit more they could be doing, and that's where I come in. That's what I do to partner with them.
Now, you gave me a little script today that you're going to be doing,
Yeah.
and I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Because I think that would be perfect for today.
All right.
A lot of people who are feeling overwhelmed.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah, I think overwhelm is really natural for all of us that start businesses. We're just really in the thick of it. Work ethic is never our issue, right? We're willing to roll up our sleeves and do whatever needs to be done. And at some point, what I say is we want to take that overwhelm and we want to turn it into momentum. We want to be really intentional and specific about what we do every day to move us forward. So channeling overwhelm into excitement, momentum, action, thoughtfulness, those sorts of things.
Another thing that you do, you're also an author.
Mm-hmm.
You have a wonderful program that you offer to the listeners, and also an academy that everybody gets. If you call it in, you get from me for free. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I think what you like to do is really offer as much as you can to show people what it's like
Mm-hmm.
to have a coach like someone like you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of businesses have been referred to me by other peers, right? So a client I work with right now, their friends that are in the same industry said, hey, if you really want to get ahead, you got to have a coach. They didn't know what that meant. They just knew that somebody they trusted said, you got to get a coach. So then it was, some of our first conversation was, what is it like to work with a coach? And I just find the best way to do that is just to show you what it is we do and how that helps you, and make sure you understand that coaching is about you. It is really just like if I took a really talented football player, I'm not gonna teach that person how to play football. I'm simply going to watch them play the game and tell them what I'm seeing and how they can use their own natural talent to play better. So that's what I do in business as well. I'm certainly not there to tell you how to run your business. You know your business better than everybody. I'm going to help you, I'm going to describe to you how you're playing and how you could be playing it better that attaches to your goals. So it's all about customizing for the client. It's all about showing up and giving them frameworks and tools and observations that help them be better and get them where they want to be. So it's never about me.
A lot of people want to be better.
Yes.
They want better, but they also want fast. And that's another thing that you help people with. That
Right.
It's not something like your book that you have that
Yep.
is the 6 silver bullets.
Six silver bullets to grow any business fast, but it's focusing on those 6 common mistakes that business owners make and how they can quickly turn that into an action item that gets them where they want to be.
So if you want to not only get better, but also faster, because everybody wants it. Now, everybody's different, right? But most people today want to see that, immediate reaction, immediate something, a gratification.
Right. They want to work long and short term both, right? They do want to get the things right that will serve them in the long term, but they also want, we don't want to play buzzword bingo, but they want some quick wins, right? They want a couple of little things they can do today that are going to make a big impact. And that's why one of the places you and I usually guide people to at Making the Cut.biz is there's a calculator on there where you business owner can go in and see if you make small changes across multiple metrics, that equals big change, big top line growth for you.
Now you can go up onto his website, which is makingthecut.biz. TIMEFRAME.biz, and you're gonna see there's a program there that you can go up there and check out all the stuff that's free. There's a lot there. You wanna tell them what they're getting?
Sure. What you'll get if you're a caller of this show is the Academy. There's the one thing on my website that has a subscription to it, but callers of Carol's show get that for free. So you'll get my ebook for sure, the 6 Silver Bullets. So covering the way we immunize you against the 6 big mistakes that business owners make. You'll also have access to the calculator, the scorecard, what phase of business are you in, the profit equation calculator, how small changes in your business can have big impacts. You can get the small business plan right there at the top, so you can evaluate where you want your attention to go. And of course there's the Academy, and that's a deep dive into those 6 silver bullets that spread each one of those 6 silver bullets into 21 modules. And again, it's choose your own adventure. You don't have to go in any particular sequence. You start where you're going to have the biggest impact. That's how we get short-term success right away, is we find what's ailing you, what you want to focus on, and that's where we spend our attention.
So go to the website, it's makingthecut.biz, and where you see the Academy, don't pay for it. All you have to do is call me, and we're going to leave our lines open here for the entire hour for everybody to be able to call in for this. And our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free is 1-866-536-1100. A little newness to the website that I see there, that you have the small business flight plan.
Yes.
And by a certified coach.
Yeah, so another certification I've added to me. I'm always looking to be a better coach every single year for my clients. And one of the things that I added was working with Coach Builder, a community. Some of you might know, if you've ever read Story Brand by Donald Miller, this is his group. So some additional resources for my clients. Of course, first and foremost, I'm a professional certified coach from the International Coaching Federation, again, showing all of you that I'm accredited and that I've done my work to be a good coach and to be a certified coach, not just somebody that calls themselves by that moniker, but rather somebody that has met a level of professionalism that must be accredited. So the Small Business Flight Plan it's a framework for you, business owner, to really organize what's unique about you into a thoughtful, actionable plan. So there's a free assessment right there at the website. You can you just click the gold button that says take the free assessment, and you spend 15 minutes and boom, you're good to go.
You do a lot of booms.
I do a lot of booms, right? So here's what I know about people who own businesses. They don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally, as my dad used to say.
Right.
Dilly-dally in time. So you need to get in and get out quick, and it's got to be something that you can use. So I work very hard to give you something that's actionable every step of the way. And
you can all go up onto the website, and you'll see that there are all sorts of things that you're going to get for free. The Academy, you will see, does have a cost to it, but all you have to do is call me, and you're going to get it for free. Let me tell you something, folks. Boom, out there, do something.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing though, you have to make that decision to do something, right?
That's right.
And it's important that, when you hear these things on the show, I love when people are able to call in and get things. Be proactive and do something and make a difference today about your business. And this is a great way of doing it. So we've got our lines open here for everyone to get the Academy from me for free. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website. It's makingthecut.biz, and you guys can keep on calling here and get it in for free. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Keeping going here in the room.
Facebook land.
To Facebook land. I think that what I would like to do is go down to the basics, okay? Back to the basics.
Okay.
If it's okay with you.
Of course.
Because a lot of people out there, today is Monday, it's a great day to be on, right? Because a lot of people have been thinking, what can I do, right?
Yeah.
And I think we need to go to the basics. That's okay with you.
Yeah, of
okay.
course.
So I don't know where you'd want to start with that. I'm going to just say that to you,
Okay.
and let you go with it, and then I'll run with you. Is that okay?
Of course.
Yeah. I do also think that we should talk about what they get in terms of the book and then your emails that they get along with that too. Just throw that in there. So when did you do that?
We talked about that last show.
Did you talk about that?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
wrote it
remember that.
down. Yeah, you wrote down assessment somewhere in your notes.
The
from last week.
assessment, but I guess I
That's
didn't
it.
see the
Yeah,
flight
you just
plan.
didn't see that. They went
Okay.
together.
Okay.
I did that last October. I started the process in October. I finished the certification by probably December.
That's
Yeah, it's a whole
amazing.
coaching community, so it's additional material that we can use in our practices. So it's not me doing it his way, it's getting frameworks so people can put their own flesh
Right,
around the
right,
skeleton.
right.
Well, not everything's like that. A lot
No.
of these people I compete with, it's regimented.
They do
They'll
the
say,
same?
It's, this is the only way to do it, and entrepreneurs don't like that.
No.
Yeah, and I can't say their names because
No,
non-disparagement clauses. I mean, I'd love to.
What do you need?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just moving. It's
Okay.
okay.
I was thinking you needed something.
No, it's very hot in here still.
Still?
There's no air flowing.
My client is really hot, so
Yeah.
something's not blowing. I'm sorry.
He actually
So
turned it
I'm wearing t-shirt. Huh?
He didn't turn anything on before.
I don't know what he did. He probably forgot.
Yeah,
Short-term memory.
we're not the new ones. He is.
What? They're both relatively.
Oh, yeah, turnover. Everybody has turnover. Yeah, so that's a great question. Like, what are the basics? Where do I start? I think that's where people get stuck sometimes. Is they're just not sure where to start.
No, I totally agree with you.
And that's that overwhelm of how do if I take 5 seconds, it's all just going to fall apart. So how do I just create just a little bit of gap and do something? And you just have to start small, and then you do that. You create a really tiny habit every single day, and before you know it, your business is shifting the way you want it to shift.
Well, a lot of people are out there complaining. They're doing a lot of complaining right now, I feel.
Yeah.
We need to make a shift in that for sure.
Sure.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Ken Kilday. He's the owner of Leaders Cut. He is an executive business coach. And let me just talk about, before we go to the basics, because we're
Okay.
going to talk about that in a minute. I do always like to talk to people, because when they think that they're going to have a coach, or you're an executive business, that they have to have a large business. But we know that we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's important.
Right.
So go ahead and tell them like the kind of businesses that you work with.
Well, I work with a wide variety of businesses. I mean, there's over the years that I've worked, there's sort of an organic concentration that just happened on its own. But I came out of, as an executive leader, I came out of financial services. However, I have a sort of a plurality of businesses that are in the healthcare industry, and then specifically, I ended up with a few dentists here and there. That said, I have worked in manufacturing, I already mentioned healthcare, marketing, restaurants, manufacturing, because there's elements of business that are always the same, right? You're going to have a marketing department, you're going to have an operations department, you're going to have a financial department, you're going to sell a product or a service, etc. So thematically, there are some things that are consistent across all types of business. So while some people do want experience in their particular kind of business, sometimes the way they describe it sounds more like a consulting relationship. They want somebody to tell them where they're broken, rather than a coaching relationship, which is about helping them with, again, turning that overwhelm into momentum, tapping into what they're already naturally good at, and doing more of that.
And what I love about what you offer, for instance, when I read your book, I felt like you were right there with me.
Right.
And I feel that way within everything that you present to everyone, that
Sure.
you're there, right there. You give even templates out for people.
Yeah, and look, all of the material that we produce, so part of signing up for the ebook is you'll automatically be signed up for the e-coaching series, where every few days we email you an idea around business. So we're always trying to keep in touch with you to give you ideas, templates, structure, and a consistent offer of when something resonates and it's time to talk, go ahead and give a call. If it's not time to talk, don't do that. And one of the first calls that I almost always have with a client is, it's sort of it's one of those, are we a fit for each other, right? A chemistry call, if you will. So if there's chemistry between us, if we like each other, if we find it easy to speak with each other, then we can continue to have a conversation about whether or not you, A, want coaching, and B, if I'm your coach.
We have our lines open here for everyone to get the Academy for free. Go up onto his website, which is makingthecut.biz. You're gonna see a lot there, and you're gonna get a lot. That's what he wants, that you to be able to use it and go up there and get as much as you can out of it. You're also gonna see that there is an Academy there. There is a cost to it, but not if you call me. So all you have to do is call me, and I'm gonna let everyone call throughout the rest of the show at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Now, when we were at the break, and I talked to you, I said, I think that we need to go back to the basics, because sometimes we need to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I get the question, where do I start? And there isn't one place. It's more of the best thing you can do is start with the ebook, because those are the 6 big mistakes that we business owners tend to make. We don't necessarily make 6 of them, but we usually have one of them that's getting in our way. And so the 2 that pop up most frequently is 1 or 2. One is going to be the way you approach time. Every business owner usually tells me they're very busy, and that's where that overwhelm comes from. And my approach is that, hey, if we can get your arms around time, how you use time, because it is the one perishable resource, you can't buy more of it, and once it's gone, it's gone. If you can get your arms around that for yourself and your business and your family, and how you approach it, that's a competitive advantage for your business. It's also a competitive advantage for how the kind of relationships you build at home. So that's the most frequent one, followed closely behind starting with the end in mind.
And that was something I was going to say right there. Is one thing that you have mentioned before many times is, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
Right.
And I was just thinking about that, because you do need to start with that too. So time, obviously, number one.
Time pops up all the time. So in the ebook, just take a look. Which one of those is going to jump out at you? You will know the answer, but the ebook is where you start, and you look at those 6 items. Which thing is in your way? And I'm telling you, most frequently it's time. The second thing is what do you want to do with the business? Because if you know what the end game is, then we can back ourselves up into how we get there. It's a financial planning technique. In my prior profession, and I still am a certified financial planner, you always want to know where you want to land. When do you want to retire, for instance? So what is this business for? Do you want to sell it to a large corporate conglomerate, make a lot of money? Do you want your employees to buy it? Do you want what is one of your kids a natural? You want to groom her into taking over the business? Whatever it is, that becomes part of your strategic plan going forward.
Right, and we've got our lines open here for everyone to get this Academy that does cost money, but you don't have to pay, because you're going to get it through me. So we're going to leave our lines open here for everyone to call in at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm telling you, folks, one of the things that I feel that a lot of people do is procrastinate,
Sure.
and you're the one that's in your own way.
Right.
Most of the time, I think so.
Yeah, it's you are busy, you're not productive. There's a difference, and that's what that means. Turning overwhelm into momentum is differentiating between I'm a busy person to I'm a productive person, right? We talk a lot in coaching about productive distractions. So, for instance, if you're somebody that works from home and you think, oh my goodness, the house is a mess, and I'm going to clean it because I like to do that, and I like how my family responds, and I like being in a clean house. Well, it needs to be done, and that is productive, but it's a distraction from what you could be doing with that time in running your business. So that's a high impact behavior shift, going from busy to productive.
Oh, I really find that huge.
Yes.
Because, and I love what you said. What did you say? Productive? How'd you say
productive
it?
distraction.
I love that. Because how many people can relate to that? Even if you're not working out of your home, you're in an office, somebody comes in, they want to talk to you about something that's bothering them, or whatever.
Yep, that pops up all the time in how we use time. So as leaders, we get people that tap on our door, and of course we always want to be, we want to be that
open door policy.
Open door, I care about you, etc. The consequence is you can never get anything because you continue to stop and start. how many studies do you need to read to know that that's the least productive use of time. However, if you instead decide when your one-to-one is with each one of your team members, your direct reports, if you just structure that out, when they know they talk to you Tuesday at 10:15 and that's what you slotted, then the rest of the time you can be focused on things that demand your attention that only you can do in your role as the senior leader.
Right, I think people also feel like they can't say no. Like, I
Yeah.
think right there would be in a perfect example if somebody comes to you and say, hey, I gotta talk to you about something that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, you still can be there for them,
Yeah.
just.
Organize it.
Exactly.
And what leaders find is, you know, sometimes we'll do a little exercise. Hey, just switch, if it's a big enough, you know, physical space, switch office. Just don't tell anyone where you're working. And funny thing, when people can't find you, they'll figure it out, which means the information's there. You've given it to them. So one of my clients says, I'm not the go-to person. I'm the go-through person. I'm gonna show you where to get the information. Once I've shown you, don't ever come back to me again. You go through me to the information. I'm gonna show you the place to go, but don't come back to me. Go to the place that actually has that information for you.
Now, the assessment that we were talking about the last time we were on, the new one here, I want to talk about real quickly for people who might be going up on that website to check it out now, what's going to happen when they take that assessment.
They're going to get a report as soon as they finish, so roughly 15 minutes. As soon as you finish, you're going to have an emailed report. And of course, I'll be notified that you went and took the report. And I invite you to make an appointment to talk through it with me. Again, no strings attached. Or just take a gander at it, and it will tell you where you are in your business cycle. It's another framework, another way of talking about your business and thinking about your business from our friends at Business Made Simple, that's Don Miller's group, and offering new resources so my clients think about their business in different ways and in ways that will help them move it forward.
And everyone out there that's a business owner knows that if you're not working your business, you're thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
And if not, you should be. But I think what's most important is that we want to come up with good ways to be able to make plans, to be able to grow. And starting at the beginning is always the best, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of different things here that you're going to get that he gives away totally free that you're going to absolutely love. And the book in itself takes 23 minutes to read, and you're going to get a lot out of that. There's also the calculator. There's so much there that you're going to get that for free. The Academy costs money, but not if you call me. So we're going to leave our lines open here, and our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You're going to love that you did it.